Welcome again all viewers. We are here to discuss the paper networking technologies and the topic is OSI model and the second layer of OSI model, that is the data link layer. After reading this lesson, you will be able to understand what is the data link layer, what are its characteristics and what are their functions. So let's move on. I hope all of you remember this figure which we will discuss in the previous classes. 7-layer OSI model. We discussed about the physical layer already. We have discussed in the previous class, and now we are moving on this second layer. Slowly we move on in the later on classes like in network, transport, session layer, etc. So, but as of now we are discussing this data link layer, that is the second layer of OSI model. So what is the data link layer? Data link layer is the layer 2 of the OSI model. This is the layer 2 of the OSI model of computer networking, and the data link is protocol layer which transform or transfer the data between the adjacent network nodes in a wide area network or between nodes on the same local area network. It provides basically functional and procedural means to transfer data between the network entities and provide the means to detect and correct errors that might occur in the physical layer. Basically, data link layer is also concerned with the delivery of data frames. But as you know, if you remember in the previous class, we discussed about the signals. They are the data, analog data and the digital data, and those analog and digital data are converted into the analog and digital signals, and then they are transmitted through the physical channel. So signal carries by the devices in the physical layer, they don't have any meaning, because data link layer assign a meaning to these bits and bytes that are being transmitted over a network, and then ensure that they are structured, because these are a stream of bits. Now when physical layer is transmitted the data, if you remember, there is a figure like this, and there was the stream of bits when they are transmitted through the physical layer, if you remember that figure. So that data link layer, that physical layer only transfer the stream of bits. The physical layer only deal with the bits of data, but data link layer organizes that data into the frames. And what are the frames? Frames are used to deliver data between the computers. Let's say like this. So as we discussed earlier, like each and every layer provide the service, receive the services from the lower layer and provide the services to the upper layer. Say again in this figure, one is the sender side and another one is the receiver side. Say for example, this is the sender and this is the receiver, and at the sender side it is taking the data like from the network layer and transmitting the data to the physical layer, and then this data is transmitted through this physical channel, or you can say physical medium. That data is transmitted through this physical layer from sender to receiver, and this goes back on to this receiver side through this data link layer. So, and in between this you can assume that this is a physical medium. If you remember previous class figure of the physical medium, there is the physical physical layer. There was the physical medium through which that stream of bits is transmitted. So what is the frame? I'm saying like frames are used to deliver the data between the computers, and frame are nothing. Frame is just set of bits like 0101. There may be a 101, there may be a 00000111, like whatever the set of bits organized into several bits, and like address field is there, data size field is there, and error checking field is there. The error checking field checks the integrity of the data. The data which is transmitted by the sender is proper or not, because there may be a modification of data now when data is transmitted through the physical medium. So these frames contain the hardware. This is complete frame is there. So that frame contain the hardware address. Hardware address means MAC address. And as you know already, I think you have an idea about the MAC address. MAC address is what? MAC address is the physical address. Each and every device is a certain, a unique address is there. That address is known as the MAC address of the node, So that MAC address is also contained in that, in that frame. It also, control the flow control also. But before going to the point of what are the different functions of the physical layer, we just understand this how this is transmitted first. So from this network layer, this is the sender side, that data is comes from the sender, and then that data link layer combine that data into the small frames, and that header is added, and H2 is means header and T2 is means trailer. What is the means header and trailer? That whenever the data is transmitted from the sender to the receiver, and it forms in the form of frame, this is known as a frame, and that frame is contain the header, that is the sender's address and the receiver's address, like header and trailer, and it contains the data in between that. So that complete frame basically is transmitted from this sender to the receiver. So basically from the network layer, it receives only data. There is no header and trailer is there. But at the data link layer, in this data, header is added and trailer is added, and then it makes complete frame. So what is this frame? Frame consists of header, trailer, and the data, whatever data is transmitted through this communication channel, or whatever the communication medium we are using. So like this data link layer, it means responsible for carrying a frame from one computer to the another computer, and it makes sure that the frame arrives safe and sound. Because if the frame is corrupted during the transmission medium, whatever may be the reason, it must be either be corrected or retransmitted. So data link layer must make sure that the data that the frame which is transmitted to the receiver or to the next hop is not overwhelmed with the data by the previous network, and that flow of data is also be controlled by this data link layer. So there are the two type of again that layer is divided into the two layers, that is the logical link layer and the MAC layer, that is the media access control sublayer. We will discuss later on these layers, but as of now we are discussing the functions of data link layer. What are the different functions of the data link layer? As I told you, it has different functions to perform. First is framing. Framing I already explained. Framing is what? That data link layer divides that stream of bits into the frames, and frames are certain set of bits which contain the header, which contain the footer and trailer, or you can say that destination and the receiver address as well. That is the meaning of framing is there. So these frames are transmitted from sender to receiver. It is also responsible for physical addressing. What does it mean? Physical addressing means the data link layer added a header to the frame to define the physical address of the device. Physical address of the device in the sense that is the MAC address of the device. Because when frames are to be distributed to the different systems like on the network. So data link layer add a header to the frame to define the sender. That means so that receiver can easily identify, okay, that frame is sent by that sender. Because it's like envelope. If you remember the previous class in which I gave you the example of mailing system, you write the from and to on the envelope. What does it mean? From means kiski taraf se aaya and to means kisko bheja jana hai. So that receiver can easily understand, okay, that is the sender from which that that frame I am receiving. So that data link layer add a header to that frame to define the sender or receiver of the frame. And if the frame is intended for a system outside the sender's network, the receiver address is the address of the connecting device that connect the network to the next one. So that is the physical addressing mean. Flow control is what? Flow control means you can say the flow of data. the stream of frames, stream of bits which are transmitting from sender to receiver. This is the if this data is transmitted over Helming way manner. So if the rate at which the data are absorbed by the receiver is less than the data rate produced in the sender, so what will happen? Data link layer imposes a flow in control mechanism, and why it does so? Because so that it can prevent overwhelming the receiver. Otherwise what will happen? Sender अपना data भेजा जा रहा है like this, this is the sender side, and you imagine that a stream of bits is transmitted 0 1 0 1 0 1, like this. These stream of bits are transmitted. I mean, it is converted in the frame in the form of frames. These are transmitted continuously, and this receiver is not have the capability to receive this type of stream of bits. So what will happen? That receiver becomes overwhelmed. अब उसको समझ में ही नहीं आएगा कि कौन सा डेटा, कौन सा फ्रेम, कौन सा सेंडर ने भेजा, कौन सा रिसीवर ने भेजा. So to prevent this overwhelming response, from the sender side, and to protect that receiver so that easily it can understand and it can easily receive the data, that flow control is maintained by this flow control. That is maintained by the data link layer. Error control is what? Basically, error control, as I told you, like data link layer add reliability to the physical layer. And how can add reliability? By adding the mechanism to detect and retransmit damaged or lost frames. We will discuss in the later on classes in detail. We discuss how the data correction and mechanism are there, how the flow control mechanism is there. There are certain protocols are there. And we will check cyclic redundancy check method and check some method, parity bit check method. We will discuss later on classes in detail this error control and flow control. But as of now, you understand only that the data link layer add reliability, to the physical layer by adding the mechanism to detect and retransmit the damaged or lost frame. It also uses a mechanism to prevent duplication of frames. There may be a possibility of duplicacy of the data as well. So error control is normally achieved through a trailer headed to the end of the frame, so that it can determine that the frame is this referred to that receiver or not. So there are so many methods of are there to detect the error, to detect the to control the flow. There are so many protocols are there. There are so many methods are there. By using this data link layer manage all these things, flow control and the error control. Last is that is the access control. Access control is what? Access control means that data link layer protocol are necessary to determine which device has control over the link at any given time. It is just like that when two or more devices are connected, say for example, and both of the devices are connected to the same link. Now data link layer, what does it? Data link layer protocol determine which device has control over that link at any particular given time. So there may be many devices may be there, but particular device has an access to access that frame. So that is the meaning of basically access control when two or more devices are there connected on the same link. So किस device को access देना है, किस device को नहीं देना है, that access control is managed by the data link layer. So it means that data link layer is responsible for hope to hope delivery, or you can say node to node delivery, so that it is used for effective delivering of data, reliable delivering of data as well, because it is responsible for error correction and flow control. Now therefore it is very important layer. And as I told you, it contains the two sublayers which we will discuss in later on classes. And that access control also used on the shared medium. Otherwise there is no if there is only single machine, there is no use of access control. So this is all about this data link layer. It is again very important layer of the OSI model. These are some reference book you can refer for your further readings as well, and you can go through with that. So thank you all. Thank you for watching this video, and later on we will discuss about some more details about the other layers. Thank you.